you to hear us. They are in the back of your seat. Okay, very good. So good morning for those that follow us by the webcast from everywhere from the world, and good afternoon for those that are here at COP29. This is an exciting event for us. We are here at the Standard Pavilion, and it's one of the sessions of the Green Digital Action and the AI for Good that is being led by the International Telecommunication Union. Today, the session will focus on AI solutions for climate action. In this session, we will have solutions for machine learning competition that was hosted and sponsored by Huawei. We will also have some prizes that we will give to the winners, so it's very exciting, and we will hear what these startups and people have done for the climate. We will also have an innovation factory, which is a startup pitching competition on AI solutions for the Sustainable Development Goals. Now, we would like to start the session with our distinguished speakers. I would like to welcome the Deputy Secretary General of the ITU, Mr. Thomas Lamanauskas.
Thank you very much, Reina. So thank you, everyone, for being here. It's so great to see this full room here of people dedicated to AI and innovation for climate. So indeed, the AI for Good platform, which is part of, or which is broad platform, and which Innovation Factory is part of, we started already in 2017 as a solutions platform for AI. So looking in how each and every one of SDG goals could be supported by artificial intelligence. Since then, it's also started looking at the risks of it, the governance of AI and other aspects as well. Innovation Factory, in that context, it has a very specific place, because it's not only about discussions, it's not only about theory, it's not only about general innovation, it's actually about concrete solutions in practice, concrete products, and concrete deliverables here. It started in 2019 as a platform to connect entrepreneurs with investors, experts, mentors, and allowing them to really scale their innovations. We already so far had the pleasure to host around 90 events, machine learning challenges and competitions in different areas, including on 5G, Geo AI, Tiny ML, and others. Those competitions have actually, I was reported this morning, have attracted by now 10,000 competitors. And actually we crossed that line with the most recent competition, which exactly is on AI for smart energy and green telecom, which attracted 727 the participants. Apparently it's you see we're very specific, 727. So indeed, very thanks to our partner, the Schengen and Huawei, of supporting these competitions already last year and this year as well. So we're very glad to have your partnership on that. Again, it's not just ideas that people come. Those ideas generate real impact for both entrepreneurs and the world. So in terms of entrepreneurs, for example, Kettle, which uses advanced deep learning to better protect individuals from climate-related risks, raised 25 million in Series A funding as a subsequently to them being participators in Innovation Factory. Also, OptiCloud, one of today's actually feature solutions. I think some of the colleagues from OptiCloud is there. Great, thank you. Well, looking forward to hear from you. Also looks in a automated cloud migration. I'm pretty sure you talk a bit more about that. By the way, I think ITU needs that as an organization, so I think we can talk also about to create another success case of actual application there as well. So indeed, these type of solutions can actually reduce global emissions by over 1% as well. So today's session actually focuses on sustainability issue. So especially looking how we can reduce energy consumption and carbon emission within telecom networks and cloud digital infrastructure. And that's this area historically very close to ITU's heart. Of course, we're now dealing with different AI solutions, but still our, let's say, where we're coming from, our roots is telecom, cloud, and I think it's great to see how we actually can apply AI in our own backyards. So, of course, AI can help us optimize energy use, can help us automate efficiency processes, and significantly reduce carbon footprints as well. So let's see the solutions today. I'm very glad to see different solutions today. I think we'll have to also award some winners today as well. So it's great excitement and great to have that as part of our COP and great to have that as part of our AI for Good platform. Thank you very much.
Many thanks, Thomas, for this opening speech, very inspiring. Now I would like to give the floor to Mr. Dangsen Guo, President of Huawei's Global Technical Services for Research and Development. You have the floor.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jerry Guo. I'm the president of Huawei Global Technical Service R&D team. Thank you, ITU, for the invitation. I'm honored to attend this meeting. Congratulations to all the winning teams and individuals, with special thanks to the nearly 800 teams worldwide who participated in this smart energy supply scheduling competition. As we know, digitalization, intelligence, and carbon neutrality are the future trends of human society. We believe that we need to combine AI technology with the industry insights and massive data based on the real-world scenarios. Only in this way we can speed up the industry's transformation towards being digital, intelligent, and low carbon. At Huawei, my team uses AI in our services and software applications to upgrade our solutions to make the network greener, more reliable, and bring the end user a better experience. In the AI era, we have seen that a very rapid evolution of the computing infrastructure, network infrastructure, and up-layer applications. We believe in the next 10 years, the demand for the network and the computing infrastructure driven by AI will still keep going at a very high speed. But now, we know that there are still a lot of challenges in the current networks, such as the insufficient resources and the aging equipment reaching end of life, and the low efficient data centers. So this means that we need to act quickly to solve the confliction between the fast-growing demand and the green network expectation. So to meet this challenge, Huawei proposed a green target network solution aimed at developing a sustainable, low-carbon network. For example, in the areas without grid power or with unreliable power supply, we introduce AI-powered energy scheduling algorithms in our products. So with these algorithms, the solar power, the generators, and the batteries can work together to provide stable power supply. So we can reduce the service losses caused by the power outage at sites and further cut down the fuel consumption. In recent years, we have been working with leading operators, helping them to move towards the green target network. For example, in South Africa, together with MTN, we have upgraded over, 8,000 sites with our combined energy supply and intelligent optimization solution. As a result, the site power availability has gone to 99.6%, and the network traffic has increased by 50%. In this competition, we also seen a lot of excellent innovations which might be able to reduce the network carbon emissions furthermore. Huawei will work with you to make better use of the AI technologies and to deal with the challenges that had to be fixed before. Again, thanks for ITU for setting up this AI for Good competition platform, and Huawei will keep working with our partners and customers. We will continue to contribute our effort to better serve humankind through technology. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dangsen Guo. So now it comes a very exciting part. I don't know if you get so excited as I am, but when the winners are announced, I always get even shaky. So now we are going to announce the winner. So I hope you are as excited as I am. And I would like to welcome to the floor, just for also the picture and everything, to Mr. Thomas Nauskas, please. Deputy Secretary General, to Mr. Dang Senguo, please come to the stage, and Mr. Bilal Jammoussi, Deputy Director of the Telecommunication Standardization Bureau. So I hope that, please, if you can see, put it here, just set up there, please, just be. So now it comes the moment of the true who won. And then like, so this it's the competition on smart energy supply scheduling for green telecom. This competition, as announced, was hosted, sponsored by Huawei. We have several prizes, but right now we are just going to announce the winner, the main winner, which is Saket Kunwar, data scientist from Nepal. Please come to the stage. We have, as we are environmental sustainable, we have virtual certificates. So please stay on the screen, and we are going to take the picture, Max. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Gonzalo. You can take the seat. Now, please, Bilal, stay. Thomas, stay, because we are still announcing winners. Wait, the excitement's still here. I don't see the room so excited, huh? Very good, very good. You know, it's not that easy to do these challenges and to spend a lot of time at night modeling, training, thinking. So it's a lot of effort of this winner that have put collective in their team, so I think we should be very proud of them and excited. So now, the second announcement trumps Innovation Factory for Climate Action winner. The submission were in different thematic areas, namely emission reduction, renewable energy integration and efficiency, climate action agricultural practices, adaptation and monitoring of the impacts of climate change. So there were 60 submissions. 10 startups were shortlisted for live pitching sessions, which took place online in October 2024. And from this startup, the winner is, we go to commercial. No, the winner is OptiCloud. They will receive the following benefits: AI for Good Innovation Factory Grand Finale ticket and the AI for Good Global Summit 2025. Leader pass to attend the AI for Good Global Summit 2025. 1 second, Thomas, 1 second. Let me finalize announcing the exhibition booth of the AI for Global Summit in 2025, pitching opportunity in the frontier stage at the AI for Good Global Summit, feature startup at the Innovation Factory, exclusive follow-up mentoring and networking opportunities. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, now thank you so much, Thomas, for being with us and to announce these incredible prizes. Now I would like to go to the second part, but because they won, but now we want to know what they did, what was the solution, what was the problem. So now I would like to present Ms. Shi Sen from Huawei to give the motivation and of the competition, and to have a very short conversation also with the winner. Please, Shi Sen.
Thank you, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Xi Zheng. I'm with Huawei Technologies. I'm a researcher working on optimizing telecommunication networks, especially on how to make the network greener. And so in this challenge, we are also proposing the same problem to the participants. And why are we proposing these problems? As everyone knows, information and the communication technology has long played a major role in connecting more people together and to promote the productivity for all human beings. It was expected that by 2030, ICT technology is going to reduce 20% of the carbon emission for all sectors. So ICT is helping a lot on the green action, but what about the carbon emission in ICT itself? Actually, if we're looking at the status, you'll see that this is actually a problem that's worth our concern. We have seen that telecom operators have spent more than 80% of their costs in the use of electricity and fuels to power their mobile networks, which counts for more than 90% of their daily operating costs. We are also seeing that the demand for telecommunications has been increasing for more than 10% per year. And as the demand increases, how can we further reduce the energy consumption of telecommunications? That's the way of making telecommunications more sustainable in the future. And that's also what we are working on. And as we see it, there are two ways toward that end, two solutions. The first one is to improve the technology so we can transmit more bits with less walls. And the second solution is to utilize more renewable energy in the network so we can reduce the carbon emission. And our team has been working toward this end for more than 4 years now. We have proposed a technology called simulated reality of communication networks, which can simulate whatever happens in the network and which can also help us reduce the carbon emission in telecommunications. We have identified 4 key technical challenges that we need to tackle in order to make the network greener. And during the 2 years collaborating with ITU on promoting the greenness of telecom networks, we are also collaborating with the participants on solving these 4 challenges. We have solved some of them in other competitions already, and this year we are specifically looking into how to better utilize the renewable energy in telecommunication networks. So why renewable energy? If we look at the multiple energy supplies to power a base station, we'll see that there are multiple energy sources. One is the solar power. If we try to get renewable energy from the sun, where we can power base station by solar panel. Another one is the traditional power grid. We can also power base stations by battery, and also if power grid is not available in emergencies, we might need to power the base stations by diesel generator. And different energy sources, in fact, have different costs in carbon emission. So what we want to do is try to utilize more and those clean energies, such as the solar power, instead of those that would emit a lot of carbon dioxide, such as diesel or power grid. In fact, currently in the mobile network, we are using less than 10% of renewable energy, and more than 90% of the power comes from diesel and electricity. So this is, we think this is a direction that we can work a lot on, and we are endeavored to better utilize the renewable energy to empower base stations, and in the meantime to ensure the stability of base stations as well. And that's why we're proposing this challenge to the participants. We are asking the participants to come up with machine learning strategies that can better, adaptively, smartly utilize different energy sources, so to minimize the carbon emission for all the base stations around the globe. And this competition has been going on for 2 months, which ends late September, and then now for now, we have so many participants from a lot of countries to join this. We have enrolled more than 700 teams in this competition and received tons of really nice, creative solutions. And today, we are really happy to have invited our winner, Sake, here to present his solution. Sake, the floor is yours. Thank you.
All right. So this problem is an optimization problem. So we are given different sources, right? Solar, diesel, grid, and then there is a battery. So whatever is the load, then what we do is like we try to optimize for trying to use the solar as much as possible, and then the diesel at least as possible, because and in the end this becomes actually a battery management without violating the depth of discharge, because the battery has a depth of discharge, right? And so we cannot violate that condition. So 10 sites were given. So even if for one instance the depth of discharge of the battery goes below, then the whole submissions becomes infeasible. So it's a very strict rule. I mean, 10 sites for 7 days, and that's like a lot of time where it could go below DOD. So that's a very strict criteria, and just making one error makes the whole solution infeasible. So yeah, the minimizing the diesel runs and the restarts is very crucial, because for the diesel it's like 20 kg CO2 per hour for any generic diesel. That's how CO2 is emitted, and for diesel restarts too. So if there's a burst of CO2, and you can get incomplete combustion, cold starts. So minimizing the diesel restarts is very essential. So just imagine that if you could just do one minimize just one diesel restarts, then for 10 sites, 100 sites, that's going to like accumulate, and we could reduce a lot. So yeah, so our solution was like two solutions. One was a rule-based heuristics, and another was a reinforcement learning solution. And in the first, we did some data exploration, and then it's very, you have to predict for 7 weeks into the future what the load is going to be. So there can be load spikes. That's a very big problem in this competition. So all of a sudden there could be load spikes, right? So whatever assumptions that you make, if that is wrong, then it's more than likely that your DOD is going to get violated, and then the whole solution becomes infeasible. So that's a very strict rule, and it's very hard to predict those load spikes. So what we did was we had a very conservative approach. We just assumed a flat load, and that actually that worked, because that worked to not make the battery go below the DOD violations. And another is a solar output. So solar, that isn't very, you could predict it, but it wasn't necessary in our solution to predict it precisely, because you have to run that with a safety margin. Say whatever is the predictions, you have to say like, I'll do just 20% of that, because if your predictions is wrong, or if it's off, and whatever assumptions you have, again, the problem is the DOD violation of the battery, and without effectively managing this battery strategically, then your solution becomes infeasible. In like if you can predict the solar output for 3 days, in the 4th days it's cloudy, and then there's a big difference between what the peak is and what is the minimum is. So in between that you could get a lot of error. So you have to run that the solar output, you have to run that with a very safe margin, and that way it will work. So yeah, we did some feature engineering too. So the key takeaway is that you had to plan ahead into the future. So not just at the current step. So you need to know when the diesel is going to come on, when the solar output is come on. So you need to do like 20 steps ahead prediction, like plan ahead into the future, and then make your decision in the current step. So we did some feature engineering for that, and that really boosted our score in the leaderboard. So that's one very key aspect of our solution. And another one is the similar in the reinforcement learning algorithm. We use the algorithm called DynaQ, and the key point of that is it also plans ahead into the future. Like it takes for 1 hour 5 steps ahead. If it's a 15-minute interval, it takes 20 steps ahead, and it not only takes on the real data, but it simulates what's going to happen in the future, like 20 steps ahead, which amounts to 5 hours in a 15-minute interval. So by doing that, then it automatically learns what's the best policy to take now, the current action to take now, so that the cost function is minimized. And in machine learning, we usually work by manipulating the cost function and its hyperparameters. So once you design that, and once you reduce the cost functions, then that translates into diesel restarts being low and diesel runs being low, and then it will it will be more effective. So that's the main takeaway of that. You have to plan ahead, make this, run it with a good safety margin. And the RL approach, it needs a little bit of hyperparameter tuning still, because we saw that this strange behavior, strange not, but it's on-off cycling behavior. So the battery is charged, then it's discharged and the diesel runs again, so we can't have those restarts, because that's very, diesel restarts are really not good. So we combine all those approaches, and that's how we develop the solution for this challenge. And, thank you. That's it. Oh, okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the very interesting explanation on what you did. Now, I would like to give the floor to Vijay Karya to explain us the Innovation Factory Live and his solution. Please come to the floor.
Thank you all, and thank you to the UN world leaders and all the attendees here today for prioritizing love for the planet. I'm Vijay Karya, CEO, founder of OptiCloud, and we took on one of the most pressing issues of our time to tackle the energy crisis in data centers through using AI to clean up digital waste and optimize energy consumption. Before we get started, just by a quick show of hands, how many of you own more than one smart device, whether it's a tablet, computer, and how many of you have more than one email address? And how many of you have junk or spam sitting in your email address right now? So just like our inboxes, businesses, countries, data centers worldwide are really drowning in digital waste and energy waste. We don't think about it. We have excellent metrics, excellent processes in the physical world to manage waste. This is lacking in the virtual world. As of 2024, there are 25 times more connected devices than humans. So just to put that in perspective, 8 billion humans on Earth, that's 200 billion connected devices. We need to start worrying more about the waste produced from these devices and the carbon emissions produced from them. This is why we created OptiCloud. OptiCloud aims to reduce global carbon emissions by over 1% by optimizing energy efficiency in data centers and reducing and eliminating the world's digital waste, significantly contributing to the goals set out in the Paris Agreement. Our vision is a world where every byte of data is used responsibly for the health of the planet. The time to act is now, as we do not inherit the Earth from our ancestors, but borrow it from our children. In the physical world, we have the concepts of recycling and waste management. OptiCloud simply brings these concepts to the virtual world by identifying and cleaning digital waste and optimizing energy consumption. The demand for cloud services and AI services is skyrocketing, with companies like Microsoft, Amazon, Google investing billions of dollars in new data centers, and companies like Tesla, who are projecting 10 billion robots to be created in the next decade. Shockingly, up to 50% of these resources are waste. Think unused data, oversized servers, redundant environments. Imagine your closet filled with clothes and it's overflowing, and instead of donating your clothes, you actually decide to build more closets just to fit more clothes. This is what the data centers are doing. This is what we are all doing as humanity. OptiCloud steps in with a new solution. Our solution is to declutter. Very simple concept. We can declutter the data centers, declutter our digital waste, and declutter the energy used to store all of this waste. This approach not only slashes operational costs for businesses, it also drastically reduces carbon emissions, creating a win-win for businesses, the data centers, and the planet. Annual cloud emissions already have reached 150 million metric tons, linked to $600 billion in annual cloud spend. This annual cloud spend is going to reach 1.9 trillion and likely above that, because a lot of these projections that are out do not include projections for AI. Those statistics just don't exist yet. And energy demand is expected to increase by 165% from current use. With 50% of cloud consumption being waste, OptiCloud steps in to help businesses save up to 60% on their cloud bills, significantly lowering their carbon footprint and driving operational efficiency. Our platform provides real-time cost and energy optimization through dynamic AI modeling and autonomous AI agents to clear digital waste and report on cloud emissions. Our agents also ensure cloud security compliance, seamlessly managing cloud infrastructure. Today, we have teams of people doing all of this, yet a lot of the cloud is still waste. We've already helped a company reduce their emissions by 30% and save them $1 million in annual cloud expenses, and we did this in less than a month. Our platform also will empower hyperscalers to effectively manage their GPU workloads. Imagine these large AI processes working, and they're not always working on efficient data centers. We can strategically shift these workloads to more efficient data centers. As nuclear power plants and other energy sources become available, this will become more important. OptiCloud aligns with 12 of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals set forth by the United Nations in 2012, strongly aligning with SDG 7, Clean Energy, SDG 12, Responsible Consumption, and SDG 13, Climate Action. We're raising $50 million to reduce global emissions by over 1%. Those funds will be used to finish building out different elements of the product, expanding to global markets, and growing the team, as we have a lot of ideas on our strategic roadmap to complete. We're also pioneering a new concept that doesn't exist right now, which is digital recycling. We have recycling in the physical world. We do not have this in the virtual world. And our digital recycling is essentially using savings from this waste elimination and using those savings to replant the Amazon and help indigenous communities from around the world. We'll also be using those savings to reinvest into African women-owned startups and African women-owned entrepreneurs, creating a circular economy that balances our physical and digital worlds. Our strategic roadmap includes launching a carbon marketplace for digital waste recycling through carbon credits. These initiatives will also double our EBITDA in years to come. We're able to actually do something good for the planet using the AI and offer great returns to investors. Our diverse and global team has 17 members with over 20 years of experience in cloud architecture, AI, cybersecurity, and data science. And one of our first angel investors was also an early investor into Canva, Flexport, Plaid, and Gusto, some platforms you might be aware of. Thank you for your time, and especially for the opportunity from the United Nations to present OptiCloud. We stand at a crossroads with 6 of the 9 planetary boundaries already breached, and I look forward to collaborating with world leaders, CEOs, and businesses from around the world to eliminate digital waste for the health of our planet. Thank you.
Don't go, BJ. You can stay here. You can stay here. You can stay here so we can have a very short discussion. And if any question, are there any questions from the audience? No? Well, it seems it's no, but I am very excited because I will do a bit of promotion here. You know that we develop standards in ITU. And I happen to be the advisor of Study Group 5 that develops standards on environment, climate change, and circular economy. And I think the part that you have expressed and the solutions given, it will be good to bring it to the standardization sector. So I hope to see you soon in our meetings. So promotion apart, let us ask him some questions. What are the current challenges in industry adopting this technology?
I mean, back to your regulation point, part of the challenge is there really is no accountability for these businesses to measure their waste. So to be honest, our platform is probably one of the first platforms, I think it is the first, to actually be able to even measure this. So, cloud consumption, the developers actually managing your clouds for your businesses, they don't ever see how much carbon emissions are being generated from actually, generating the infrastructure, whether it be manually or through Terraform. So I think measurement is key. I also think that it's a complicated problem. So, the other barrier, this wasn't really possible before this generative AI was created, because it's too much data, and before AI was created, it's too much data for a person or a team of people to actually process in real time. And the autonomous AI agents that we're creating really automate some of the labor. It's like, imagine somebody identifying all the garbage in your house, but you have to clean it up. It's a lot of work to ask for somebody. With the AI agents, we actually can have the AI do the cleaning, which takes the labor out of it, which makes people more compliant. But back to the standards, we really need standards that hold people accountable to how much waste they're producing. They're not aware because there is no metric system right now. I think from a regulation standpoint, what could really help is even, obviously implementing a carbon tax, but maybe having a credit towards that carbon tax for your reduction in your waste. So we give credit to people that reduce their digital waste and energy waste as a form of part of this carbon tax that gets created.
Okay, thank you so much. That was you covered several topics here, which is very good. So it's good because you mentioned standards, and we happen to be in the standard pavilion. So this is a good scenery to mention the importance of standards and the importance and how standards also can help the regulation. Now, one more question, because you have here the UN agencies, you have ITU. Well, you have big people here. We have the Deputy Secretary General, the Deputy Director of the Standardization sector. We have other people that I don't know. We have Huawei as well here. So what will be your ask as a startup to help you, or to also help with climate solutions?
Yeah, I mean, the answer is pretty easy: financing. It's been very challenging to do something good for the planet and get the right financing in place for it. And what I've found is for the private sector, it's very hard for them to grasp that you can actually do something really good for the planet and make them a lot of money. And we can do both. But for them to wrap their heads around that has been actually tough. So anyone in the audience that can help us with financing, we have a strategic roadmap that will make them a lot of money, but also do a lot of good for the planet.
Thank you so much. Thank you for these questions and answers, and you can have your seat. Okay. Thank you so much. Before we go to another part of our session, my human intelligence didn't work so well, and the artificial intelligence is not with me. So there was one very important part that was the announcement of the winner of the AI for Machine Learning Challenges, because we told you that there were we were just going to announce the main winner, but now we want to announce also the other winner. So I would like to welcome Xi again to do this announcement.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I'm really happy to collaborate with ITU again this year on the challenge. And luckily, we have enrolled more than 700 participants in this competition and achieved a lot of, gathered a lot of creative solutions for this challenge. And Huawei would like to collaborate with you all again and further make use of these solutions and try to contribute to better lower the carbon emission for our networks. So next session, let's see who are the winners for our competition. We have already announced our first prize winner, Saket. Thank you so much for your solution. And we also have 7 other participants that win some prizes for the competition. The second prize goes to Khalif Mohammed, who will win also 3,000 Swiss francs. The third prize goes to Saif Daud, who will win 2,000 Swiss francs. Fourth prize goes to Capados Javier. Fifth prize goes to Speckle, who will win 1,000 Swiss francs each. And also we have 3 special prizes for our winners. We have selected the best student participant for this competition. The prize goes to Isaac Benhanu. For out of all the solutions, we have selected one of the most creative solution. The prize goes to the team Aspirin. And the best presentation award goes to Krishna Priya. Thank you all for your participation. And we are really happy to see your solution and how you work hard to contribute to make the world even greener. Thank you.
Many thanks, T. And now I would like to ask you another applause, but stronger for all these winners, please. Come on. Woo! Very good. Because we are being watched, so they have to be that we are happy. We are happy that we are finding solutions for the climate. And even if we are standards development people, we are happy people, right? So let us find this happiness. Good. Now, I would like also to invite now to the stage. We would like to hear what ISO is doing in promoting digital climate solutions. So I would like to invite Alastair Mark, Director General from Blockchain and Climate Institute, to provide an overview of the work that they are carrying out.
Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me to hold the script and the phone at the same time. Yeah, okay, it's my pleasure to talk to you all regarding role and trends of ISO standards in promoting digital climate solution at this event here in the Standards Pavilion. First and foremost, I would like to extend my heartfelt congratulations to the winners of the Innovation Factory. Anyway, this is an important grand challenge for any reasons. Although I'm the Director General of the Blockchain and Climate Institute in the UK, today I'm now speaking as a representative of ISO and a UK expert member of several ISO technical committees on artificial intelligence, blockchain and distributed ledger technology, as well as greenhouse gas management and climate-related activity standards. So today, while we gather here to celebrate remarkable achievements in piloting AI-powered solutions for climate action, I would like to iterate that the important role that ISO is playing, also in collaboration with ITU, in promoting digital climate solutions by providing a robust framework that ensures interoperability, quality, and the safety across various technologies and industries. According to ISO Strategy 2030, these standards are designed to make life easier, safer, and better by fostering global collaboration and innovation. By setting these standards, ISO creates a common language that facilitates national cooperation, which is essential for addressing the local challenge of climate change, the global challenge of climate change. ISO's commitment to climate action is further emphasized in the...
I can hold it.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. Yeah. So ISO commitment to climate action is further emphasized in the London Declaration of Climate Change, which aims to embed key climate consideration into every new standards created, and retrospectively add these requirements to any existing standards as they are revised. These initiatives ensure that climate-friendly standards becomes the norm across all industries, thereby accelerating achievement net zero goals. In the context of SDG 13, climate change, ISO standards support climate action by helping various organizations measure and reduce the carbon footprints, implement effective climate strategies, and ensure their resilience in climate-related standards. For instance, we have standards, a framework standard like ISO 14064 that provides frameworks for quantifying and reporting greenhouse gas emissions, while ISO 50001 focuses on improving energy performance and reducing emissions through effective energy management systems. Here comes the most exciting part. Moving on to the current directions of the development of the AI standards on ISO level, we have set up a joint working group with IEC, JTC1, SC42, dedicated to AI standardization. We're witnessing significant advancements recently. Allow me to briefly outline the directions of the ISO standard on the taxonomy of AI system currently under development with these 3 key points. First of all, the first directions that ISO is developing along is AI methods. So these encompass the techniques and algorithm utilized to create an AI system, including machine learning, natural language processing, and computer vision, which are highly relevant to the winners and the participants of this AI Grand Challenge held by ITU. And the next direction is about AI capabilities. These refer to the functionalities that an AI system can perform, such as perception, reasoning, learning, and interaction. The third direction that we're going for is the 2-dimensional matrix, where the taxonomy often employs 2-dimensional matrix to align AI methods with their corresponding capabilities, helping visualize which methods achieve specific outcomes. This taxonomy or classification framework provides a structured way to categorize AI system, promoting shared understanding among stakeholders about different AI methods and capabilities. Despite these advancements, we face significant challenges in their implementations, which is also understandable among the climate negotiators here at COP. Innovation often stagnates due to barriers such as policy constraints, financial limitations, and technological hurdles. It's crucial to recognize the nuances of bias in AI system as outlined in the ISO standard that we are developing. So bias can manifest in several forms, such as data bias, arising when training data is unrepresentative of the real-world population or imbued with historical prejudices. Algorithmic bias, which emerge from the design and implementation of AI algorithms that may inadvertently favor certain outcomes. The third bias here we talk about is human bias, which is introduced by the developers and users of AI system, reflecting their conscious or unconscious prejudices. So bias in AI can lead to unfair and discriminatory outcomes in critical areas of climate actions, including resource allocation post-disaster, climate impact assessment and adaptation strategies. To address these issues, it's essential to implement mitigation strategies such as ensuring diverse and representative data, promoting algorithmic fairness, and establishing transparency, accountability, and frugality, that is a low energy consumption that our winners of the competition talk about in the AI system. This will help ensure that climate policies are equitable and effective for all community, even in the AI era. That being said, I believe that it's imperative for us to align the efforts of our expert members across so many different technology and climate change standards technical committees to support the digitalization agenda here at COP and resolutions about AI, which was passed at COP28 last year in Dubai. By harmonizing efforts across borders and, more importantly, across our technical committees, ISO standard can enable further and seamless integration of AI and other digital technologies into climate action strategies. In this regard, I'm quite ecstatic here to share that we are currently incubating a new standard document, a technical report proposal under discussion, not yet approved, entitled AI for Climate Action. Partly to honor our ISO climate change declaration in London in 2021, this proposal aims to provide a comprehensive overview of how AI can be leveraged to address various aspects of climate change, from emissions reduction to renewable energy integration to adaptation, etc., and contextualize relevant published AI standards such as the risk management standard we've already published, the ethical guidelines, and also many more, which you can access on the ISO SC42 web page on ISO website. But we are very open to any inputs from all stakeholders here and beyond, and especially climate negotiators here. So technical report will serve as a valuable resource for stakeholders such as policymakers, researchers, practitioners, and offering insights into best practices, case studies, etc., an emerging trend in AI for climate action. So therefore, I thank you for giving me an opportunity to talk about what ISO has been doing on the deployment of AI in different industry, and we're moving on to do more in the climate action area. Again, my congratulations to the winners of the Innovation Factory, and let us work together, guided by the principle of standardization, ethical and frugal AI to create a more sustainable and resilient future for all. Thank you very much.
Many thanks, and this is nice because you know that also ISO, IEC, and ITU are part of the World Standards Corporation, and it's good that we cooperate in collaborate in these topics on AI. There was an event last month in India, and we will have another big event next year to as part of the World Standards Corporation. So now, before we close, because I think it has been a very nice session, we would like to hear, to get 1 minute from you to please fill in this survey, share your thoughts about this session. If you can, please scan your QR code and share with us what you thought. It's like giving us 3-star, 4-star, 5 stars, like TripAdvisor. I hope you give me 5. Okay, I see that you're still filling it in. I will give you a couple of seconds more. Okay, now I would like to just, before we also close, just to let you know that, as said, we are in the Standards Pavilion. This is a collaborative effort between different partners. Now, I would like to give the floor for our closing remarks to the Deputy Director of the Telecommunication Standardization Bureau, Mr. Bilal Jamoussi.
Thank you very much, Reina. Good afternoon, everyone. First, I would like to congratulate the winners for the excellent work and the innovation that you brought to us today. The 2 winners with us here and the others that were mentioned online by the colleague from Huawei. Second, I'd like to thank Huawei for its support to this initiative in terms of creating an environment and an opportunity for young innovators to really connect the technology and the standards work that we do with actual implementations. I'd like to invite the winners to come to the AI for Good Summit in Geneva, 8 to 11 July next year. We will be in the Palexpo, which is the biggest exposition space in Switzerland and Geneva, and it will be a great opportunity to connect you with players, finance, and so on, to really take your ideas from startup stage to mainstream. I'd like to also take this opportunity to invite other partners, in addition to Huawei, to support this effort going forward in bringing more ideas to the forefront. And also thank our partners, ISO, IEC, to be here in the Standards Pavilion and have this opportunity to engage you here in Baku at COP29, as well as online with the entire community. I'd like to thank Reina for the MC of the event, and Thomas, if you can come forward, because he's the man who has been behind the scenes doing a lot of the challenges, not only the one that we celebrated today, but many other challenges. Dr. Thomas has been really leading all of this effort into connecting ideas and innovation to real impact and standards development opportunities and growth for companies. And certainly I learned a few things today in terms of the optimization. Thank you very much to Saket from Nepal, who came all the way to share these innovation with us, and also Vijay from the United States, who shared with us something that I personally was not aware I was doing, storing all of those junk emails and all of the things that I'm not using. So you gave me an idea to initiate a virtual spring cleaning, not only for myself, but for the entire ITU. So that's a new campaign we will be launching, and thank you for the opportunity. So with that, thank you everyone for being here with us today, and would wish you a very successful and lovely event, COP29 at Baku. Thank you.
Thank you. The session is closed.